I'm willing to take full responsibility for the audacious events of the next 19 minutes, but you must understand. My interest in the weapons of doom is purely for the betterment of mankind. Everything may clearly get out of hand now, I see that. But it is worth the risk. I assure you. Let me first apologize for my microphone's lack of quality. I do need a new one. But that being said, welcome all. I am Spectral Slayer, and today I bring you the first episode of the Weapons of Doom, starting with the bare essentials, the hands and fists of Doomguy. Now, God forbid your guns run out of ammo in any situation that you may find yourself in, and you have no chainsaw, crucible, or shield saw to back you up. Doomguy's punches are the ultimate last resort, at least in game. As some of you know, in canon, his guns are the actual handicap just to make things interesting. A single punch from the Slayer can so much as cause your body to physically explode, especially as the Slayer. So today, we're going to go through the simple premise of punching demons in the face that has evolved from the Marine, as he fought his way through Phobos, to the Slayer, where he had slain the Dark Lord himself. Today is all about throwing hands, or running the gauntlet, as it were. We begin with the classics, Doom and Doom 2. Here is, of course, where you start with your fists and a pistol, unless you're on the second level. These are handy for the first two missions, but quickly lose their necessity after finding the shotgun, the super shotgun, and or even the chainsaw. But for what it's worth, it's still quite fun to use your fists against the likes of the hordes of hell. But even as fast as you may move, the demons are quite fast too, so the odds of success at clearing a whole room full of imps or zombie men are rather low. Which is why, again, a last resort. God forbid you get swarmed and you end up playing on Nightmare. Good luck to you. Still, the very fact that the Doom Marine, even early in his career as a demon-slaying machine, was still able to completely jib demons of hell with his bare hands, that is to be commended. I mean, there's nothing much to commend if you're like me and you absolutely fail to actually aim and hit your targets. But for Doomguy himself, and for many of you out there, that shouldn't be a problem. The same principles apply to Doom 64 as it does to Doom Classic and Doom 2. Ultimately, where your very last resort isn't even the pistol, it is actually your bare hands. This time around, though, things are a lot more complicated. Thankfully, the projectiles aren't quite as fast as they are in Doom 1 or Doom 2. As you can see, I'm actually playing this on the actual retail version that came out when Doom Eternal came out. So, fun for me. But I have also found that if you are going to play this game of just bare knuckle brawling the demons, it is best to dodge, weave, and as the old saying goes, stick and move. Leave some damage and then retreat. And that is ultimately the path of success that I have found with this. However, a staple of Doom is the Berserk power, which multiplies your damage output by a factor of 10 to increase your strength tenfold to instantly jib zombie men, imps, hell knights, barons, you name it. Even the Pinky, which dies to as much as 3 shotgun shells in classic Doom games, will get 1 shot with a single punch. That is the power of the Berserk power-up. But of course, beware. If you can't find a Berserk power-up, you're much better off just using your guns. Nearly a decade after Doom 64 landed, Doom 3 gave us honestly what I consider a highly underrated game. It is a gem. Unfortunately though, when it comes to throwing hands, the same principles apply. Using your bare hands against the likes of these imps will land you a most terrible fate. And you better have saved your game, lest you have to start all over. The solution to this problem is simple. Apply damage using your guns, and if you really want to get in close and finish the demons off with your bare hands, then you go in, after having applied sufficient damage. To ballet and move, just as you saw when I was playing Doom 64, that is usually the ultimate solution if you are so dead set on using your hands. Not many people would, and honestly rightfully so, but if you want to make things more challenging for yourself, that is the solution to do so. Later on in Doom 3, of course, there is a Berserk power-up as well that magnifies your damage tenfold as well as it does in the classic games. So, when you get to the Hell levels and acquire this power-up, use it to your absolute heart's content. Not only is it a fun little experience, but it's nice to finally be able to just kill everything. This is a horror game after all. So, what better way to enjoy a horror game properly than to make sure that they finally become scared of you? At last, we reach the modern era of Doom. As a famous man of acting once said, Doomguy doesn't pull punches, instead he throws them. But the key change and innovation here is the implementation of the ever-famous, most revered Glory Kill system. Glory Kills being contextual and different for every single demon. This system allows the animation team to not only get super creative, but allow us to dismember the demons with exquisite prejudice. And just as well, the Berserk power-up not only allows us to savagely destroy the demons in such an exhilaratingly satisfying way, but even the demons as large as the Baron of Hell suffers the wrath of the superpowered Doomslayer. But if that doesn't do it for you, Doom Eternal has you covered with the Blood Punch, the super melee strike that obliterates hordes of fodder and can kill prowlers and pinkies in a single punch, and put Hell Knights, carcasses, and revenants in a glory kill state. As you upgrade the Doomslayer throughout the campaign of Doom Eternal, using the Sentinel crystals, you can achieve the health and the armor for blood upgrades. These allow any extraneous health and armor to immediately convert into Blood Punch charge. So if you are, say, surrounded by health vials and armor shards, whether it's using the ice bomb or the flame belch, you'll have numerous blood punches charged and ready to use. Now, a criticism and point of contention when Doom Eternal first dropped was the fact that the Blood Punch did all the damage, while the base melee strike did next to no damage. But this is an intentional piece of design, and the reason for this is simple. In Doom 2016, some of us, myself included, would spam the melee button in Doom 2016 to get out of a jam. If we had zombies, soldiers, imps, other demons ganging up on us and we had nothing and no other way to outmaneuver them. In Doom Eternal, however, we have more than sufficient tools to prevent this from happening. The ice bomb and the frag grenade are shoulder mounted, so there is no need to worry if you need to utilize a frag grenade or freeze all your enemies in place. Find a fodder demon like a zombie or an imp, you glory kill them, and you will be able to charge up your blood punch gauge should you need to. Now, the actual upgrades for the Blood Punch are as follows, and they are quite handy as you progress through the campaign. They are free and achieved after slaying certain demons, or rather certain bosses, throughout the campaign. Obviously, the Blood Punch is found in Exultia. The Blood Blast is achieved after having slain the Doom Hunter boss. The Bloodlust upgrade, however, is achieved after having slain the Gladiator boss fight in Sentinel Prime. And last but not least, the Blood Stack upgrade is achieved after having slain the Con Maker in the gorgeous level of Urdak. These upgrades ensure that not only will you be able to utilize the Blood Punch far more effectively throughout the campaign, but of course, you're facing off against, at this point, Marauders, Barons of Hell, Cyber Demons, and other such super heavy demons by the end of the game. Of course, the runes also add to just how effective your melee combat can be. Punch and Reave allows you to kill demons and extract health from them, even if sometimes the game sort of glitches and you get health anyway after killing some zombies. But of course, like 2016, some of these are specifically meant for glory kills, whether it's glory killing faster, glory killing from a distance, or adding speed to your person after achieving a glory kill. The Ancient Gods DLC, however, adds a critical component to make the Blood Punch even more lethal: the Desperate Punch support rune. Never mind merely breaking off the armor of a Cyber Mancubus. This time, you can kill the Cyber Mancubus while it's still wearing armor. Of course, the trade-off is the fact that the Desperate Punch, as the name implies, means that you are in a situation where you desperately need health. However, if you are in such a situation, that'll instantly kill not just the Cyber Mancubus, but other heavy demons that are in your path. Now, of course, if you want to be dangerous with it, you can utilize it against super heavy demons as well. Although, for as effective as the Blood Punch by itself is, it is not exactly advised for the likes of the Baron or even the Tyrants. Tyrants being cyber demons, if you didn't know. But still, super effective, especially for those of us who may lack a certain level of skill, such as myself, if I'm playing on Nightmare a little too much. But if you are daring and bold, then please, the Desperate Punch will please you as you play the Ancient Gods DLCs.
Confirmed. Weapon drop incoming in 3, 2, 1.
Last but certainly not least, Doom the Dark Ages provides not just an impressive melee system, but impressive melee weapons to complement that system. And the very first we receive is none other than the right hand of Doom, the Power Gauntlet. Designed specifically for the Slayer, the Gauntlet has immense striking power and extra abilities that demonstrates the Sentinel's ingenuity for weaponry. The first is a gnarly three-piece combo, no KFC. But the second is the power to kill imp stalkers in so little as 3 hits. Zombies and soldiers in a single strike, and only a few hits are necessary for regular imps and stone imps. And that is just the fodder of the Dark Ages. Now the weapons themselves require charges, 3 charges for the gauntlet. And this is to not spam or throw the drama and the gameplay design for the Dark Ages right onto its head. But instead, smart play is to parry Hell Surge attacks and deflect projectiles to increase the rate at which you charge your melee weapons. A nifty upgrade, as you will soon see. But the melee system is not just for having melee weapons in a medieval Doom game. The melee weapons this time around function as the chainsaw did in 2016 and Eternal. They are the tools necessary for leeching ammo from the demons. The power gauntlet is stronger than the flail, although it does not provide as much ammo, nor does it provide armor, but it does provide other benefits that slayers like myself much appreciate. So the gauntlet alone allows us to perform a strong 3-strike combo, but the finisher upgrade increases the damage of the final strike. The duelist upgrade is where parried Hell Surge attacks further increase the rate at which we charge our melee strikes. The Jolt upgrade is the best upgrade in this roster, as it allows for us to deal more damage to the demons after they are shocked. And finally, the Encore allows for a 4th strike in the combo. And those are the hands and fists of the Doom series thus far. If there ever comes a point in your life where you feel so upset or so enraged by something or someone, where you just want to punch the living daylights out of it, without having to suffer some legitimate and concerning consequences, then the Fists of Doom should be more than enough to suffice. For in Doom Classic, it is a desperate last resort. In Doom 3, it is honestly ill-advised unless you have the Berserk power-up. Same as in Doom 64. But in Doom the Dark Ages, it is absolutely encouraged. In Doom 2016, we were given and blessed with the Glory Kill system, and in Doom Eternal, we were blessed even further. Not just with the Glory Kills, but the Blood Punch. All of these techniques and tools that the Slayer utilizes to absolutely dismember the foulest forces and denizens of the burning abyss. All of it, an absolute treat. So thank you to id Software for allowing us to dismember these demons with extreme divine prejudice. And it's rather funny. The Glory Strike system, while may not be as animated as the Glory Kills of Doom 2016 or Eternal, it is still immensely fun to do. But until then, thank you all for watching. This is Spectral Slayer signing off. I appreciate your time, and I hope that this guide was able to help you in some way, shape, or fashion. So, have a glorious rest of your day. Take nothing from no one. And take care.